What's up YouTube, Capital G here, checking out a brand new awesome Link monster that just got revealed. This is actually coming out in a booster set called Hidden Summoners, which, I mean, it must have been so hidden even I had not heard about this, but looking at the cover of the booster set and how there are 3 cards on the cover, I believe that this set is actually going to be very similar to like Dark Saviors, Fusion Enforcers, Wing Raiders, you know, sets like that, High Speed Riders, these sets where we basically get 3 kind of archetypes in this set. Usually at least one of them or 2 is like a brand new archetype in the game, and Konami is trying to support that. Sometimes we get like legacy supports in these sets, and we end up getting just a whole bunch of cards in here. A lot of times we get reprints as well. Had not heard about this set, not exactly sure what some of the themes are going to be in here, but we know that our old school friend Sacred Phoenix of Nithis is now going to be a Link monster. This is actually really cool, and a lot of people, maybe you didn't play in the DM era, so you don't understand how powerful Nithis was when he first came out in Flaming Eternity, but not only was it the cover card of that set, oh my goodness, I remember this like it was yesterday. I actually had a Flaming Eternity t-shirt back in my early days. It was so nerdy, I wore it to a regional one time, but Sacred Phoenix of Nithis actually was semi-limited at one point because it was such a strong card. If it was summoned back from the graveyard of its own effect, it ended up basically having a heavy storm, and then in Phantom Darkness, they made a dark version of Nithis that actually saw some Shonen Jump top 8 play in you know, Dad Return and whatnot. So let's go ahead and check out this brand new Link form of Nithis. And you guys know that Konami is kind of making this a trend, taking old monsters like Red Eyes Metal Darkness Dragon, turning them into Link monsters. I actually think that it's pretty cool, but this is the way that this guy is themed, I'm not sure that I saw this coming, and it's interesting because it makes me think that maybe this is going to be a ritual focused set, like we might see a ritual archetype come out. Anyways, this is Nithis, the Blazing Sacred Phoenix, so the name is very similar to the original version in Flaming Eternity. It's a Link 3, Fire Wing Beast, you expected that. Let me see, the Link points are fantastic. They're basically Skull Dread's Link points, except it doesn't point up. So it points bottom, bottom left, and bottom right, which is fantastic. You get 3 Link points all to yourself. You don't have to worry about your opponent summoning off of your monsters. It's a base attack 2400. Which also, in my opinion, was to be expected. The original Sacred Phoenix and Dark Nithis both had 2400, so you could have expected that. The materials are 2+ monsters, including a ritual monster, and that's why it makes me think that this could be a ritual-themed small booster set, or maybe Nithis is going to tie in with like with at least one of the archetypes in here, because you don't see that like at all in any Link monsters. But first thing I thought about was shoutouts to Necros, I guess, but you know, I guess I could run this in my Relinquish deck, which I have a lot of fun with. Now, this guy has 3 different effects. And it says this card gains the following effects based on the number of ritual monsters used as its Link material. So the more ritual monsters you use to summon Nithis, the more effects you're going to get. If you use 1 monster, this card cannot be destroyed in battle. Or excuse me, this card cannot be destroyed by battle. That's if you use 1 or more. If you use 2 or more, this card gains 1200 attack and cannot be destroyed by card effects. That's actually really good. Think about if you had a monster that cannot be destroyed by battle, couldn't be destroyed by card effects, and was 3600 attack, like that'd be pretty fucking hard to get off the board. Yeah, you'd still be able to target it, but I mean that's kind of like Bills, you know what I mean? Bills is not exactly the easiest thing to kill for decks like True Draco and some other decks in the game. And then for the 3, if you happen to use 3 ritual monsters, this card gains this card gains 1200 attack. Also cannot be targeted by card effects. Well, there goes that kind of the chink in the armor right there. Won't be able to use that anymore. And it says it gains another effect in addition to that if you use 3 ritual monsters. And it says while this card is in the extra monster zone, your opponent cannot target Nithis monsters in your main monster zones for attacks. That actually makes me wonder if Konami just wants this to protect itself, or maybe are we going to be getting even more Nithis cards? Is this going to be like an archetype now? Overall, I think this card is actually pretty decent. It does kind of, you know, it's unfortunate that you can only use it in ritual decks for the most part. I don't really see you splashing a lot of rituals in, you know, established archetypes, but I kind of feel like 2 is the sweet spot, because if you happen to use 2 ritual monsters, then you're getting 1200 attack, so it's going to be 36. It can't be destroyed in battle. It can't be destroyed by card effects, and at that point, your opponent targeting is really the only way of them getting this off the board. And I'm thinking of some archetypes like maybe Relinquish or Necros that can drop 2 ritual monsters pretty easily. I do think that we're going to need more ritual archetypes in the game that can summon like low-level monsters so that you can get multiple monsters on the board. But I think if you are running a ritual deck, I think it's kind of a no-brainer that you should run this card just in case, because if you get 2 or you get 3 and you're able to trade them for Nithis, you might have a card that's actually unkillable, where if you have 3, your opponent can't attack it, they can't target it, they can't destroy it with card effects, they can't destroy it in battle, it's 3600. Like, what the fuck are you going to do in that case other than kaiju the damn thing, or, you know, try to hit it with something like Eater of Millions? Overall, I think it's a pretty interesting card, and considering Konami is already giving us Cybernetic Horizon, which is pretty much like a ritual focused theme set with all the demise stuff in there, plus the cover card Cyberus Magician, like Konami is maybe they're setting us up for, you know, a ritual revolution, which I would definitely love to see. Anyways, I like the idea of this card. I think it's actually pretty decent, and I would run it in ritual decks, and hopefully there will be more ritual support in this set. So you guys let me know what you think of the brand new Blazing Sacred Phoenix Nithis, and leave it in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already, and turn on that notification bell for daily videos.